Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for your interest. Thank you for checking on our videos. Today, we're going to be reviewing Martes de Prueba number 7 for the 9th grade. This one in particular presents a big challenge for us. Remember that these exams, they come with different type of exercises, and some of them, of course, are more difficult than the others. That's the only way Pruebas Saber can really give a diagnosis that will be reliable. Talking about our real level in English, in facing the common European framework of reference, right? So, okay, so enough of the chit chat. Welcome to this revision. We're going to start by sharing my screen so we could see the test, which consists of a long text, right? Which we need to read carefully. And then we have questions 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, which aim to confirm how well we understood the text. Now, over here, we have two abilities to develop, remember, or to exercise. Remember that we have scanning, which concerns the specific information that is given in the text. And then we have skimming. Skimming concerns about general ideas and also implicit information. Information that is there somehow, but is not found explicitly. Also, something that we can notice is that in order to increase the difficulty of the questions, what they try to do to confirm if we really understood what we said, what is said in the text, is that they start paraphrasing. In other words, they ask about things that are there in the text, but they just change the words to confirm that you understood the ideas, right? But anyway, we're going to be analyzing each one of the questions right after we finish reading the text, which happens to be an interesting one too. So let's start. Air pollution is contamination of the indoor or outdoor environment by any chemical, physical, or biological agent that modifies the natural characteristics of the atmosphere. Household combustion devices, motor vehicles, industrial facilities, and forest fires are common sources of air pollution. Pollutants of major public health concern include particulate matter, carbon monoxide, and sulfur dioxide. Outdoor air pollution in both cities and rural areas is causing fine particulate matter, which results in strokes, heart diseases, lung cancer, and chronic respiratory diseases. The effects of ambient air pollution are associated with 7 million premature deaths annually. World Health Organization data shows that most of the global population breathes air that exceeds recommended limits and contains high levels of pollutants, with low-income countries suffering from the highest exposure. Policies and investments that support sustainable land use, cleaner household energy and transport, energy-efficient housing, industry, and better municipal waste management can effectively reduce key sources of ambient air pollution. So there's the text. And remember, over here, we need to prove how good is our critical reading. So this is about the information that is given. Has nothing to do, these questions are point at the information that is given in the text. Be careful not to be answering based on what you think or what you believe or what you think is logical or your previous knowledge about this specific discipline or area or topic, right? Be careful with that because that will be that will be a way in which very easily you can start answering not appropriately, okay? So let's begin. with 21. Question 21. In question 21, they ask, which option can be used as an appropriate title for the above article? We have A, benefits of air pollution for human health, B, green industries and the end of pollution, C, pollution, a minor issue for rich countries, and D, air pollution, causes and consequences. I'm going to start marking which would be my suggested answers. In this case, for 21, I will suggest D, air pollution, causes and consequences. Definitely, this fits the information that is given. What is wrong with A? Benefits of air pollution for human health. There are no benefits in air pollution for human health based on the information that is given. So this one would be illogical. Green industries and the end of pollution. They never mentioned green industries, even though it could be implicit. So that's not really what the article talks about. And C, pollution, a minor issue for rich countries. Even though they mentioned that the rich countries are not affected as much as the poor countries, I believe that it wouldn't be a minor issue either for them. So we cancel C. Question 22. It can be inferred that we all play an active role in air pollution because. So pay attention with this one because the answer here needs to be connected directly with the question. Of course, you say, oh yes, that's logical, but it is tricky because I mentioned before the information that is given in the text, but over here we need to pay close attention to what is said in the question, right? So in other words, what's the reason why it could be inferred, right? That we all play an active role in pollution. And the answer is A, because not only factories pollute, but we also do so in our homes indirectly every day. And that is mentioned over here when they say household combustion devices, motor vehicles, right? Or that involves us, right? So let's see B. That would be the one that I suggest as correct. B, only governments have what is necessary to take care of our natural resources. No, because actually what they're trying to do is to let us know that we all bear responsibility in this issue. C, any contribution determines the future of factories and the means of production. So over here, they don't mention the means of production anywhere. So this one seems to be talking about a different topic. And D, our main duty as a society is to protect factories from environmental pollution. Well, this one doesn't seem very coherent or logical because it's the other way around. We need to guarantee that factories meet the regulations so they could protect the environment and all of us, right? So this one doesn't sound logical. Let's see number 23. What can be concluded from the text about outdoor pollution? In 23, the answer that I suggest to be correct is C. It is the principal cause of serious illnesses in humans, even though this option talks in very general terms. Over here, they talk explicitly about the problem. They say outdoor air pollution, and over here is specific too. What can we conclude about specifically the outdoor? So it is right here in this paragraph that they talk about the outdoor air pollution. And what they say, that the outdoor air pollution in both cities and rural areas is causing fine particulate matter, which results, this is the cause of strokes, heart diseases, very serious, lung cancer, very serious, and chronic respiratory diseases. So these are the illnesses. Notice that illnesses and diseases are synonyms, similar, not equal. And this is intentional. They use a different word that is similar, describing the same problem, for us or to confirm how rich is our understanding or how rich is our knowledge of vocabulary, right? Our lexicon. And definitely this will be the correct answer because of the reasons I have mentioned. What's wrong with A? Talking about outdoor air pollution. Its impact on human health is evident in poor countries. Now, poor countries are mentioned in the next paragraph, but not talking exclusively or directly about outdoor air pollution. And it is key the fact that this information is in a separate paragraph. When we separate paragraphs, that means that we are distancing somehow from the center of the previous paragraph or center topic or ideas of the previous paragraph. Okay, so that's why A is canceled. B, humans are not responsible for this natural phenomenon. Quite the opposite, right? It was mentioned right here in the second paragraph that we are majorly responsible for the phenomenon of outdoor air pollution. So we cancel B. And D, it affects only 7 million people annually in the world. This is another tricky option because yes, over here they mention 7 million. And sometimes we listen 7 million, and then we say, this is the one because it's mentioned. Be careful, right? Because even though they mention 7 million, right? They talking specifically about the premature deaths annually, okay? And then it says only, right? And this is just one example. This is just one example, okay? So more people would be affected. More than 7 million would be affected definitely worldwide because of how many people result dead because of all these serious diseases or illnesses. Let's move on to 24. The question, what differences can be inferred in air quality between underdeveloped countries and rich countries? Okay. Over here, when they say underdeveloped countries, this is a synonym to poor countries. And this is a synonym to, let me see, to low-income countries, right? So these are three different ways to talk about the same thing, right? So again, this is intention to confirm our understanding and how rich our lexicon is. So again, what differences? So over here, we're looking for an answer, right? That talks about a comparison. That is one. In number 24, the answer will be C. What differences? Although it is a global issue, the poor are most superlative affected. Most affected in comparison, of course, right? Because we're comparing the underdeveloped with the rich countries, which would be the developed countries, right? So what's wrong with A? There is no difference. So starting there, we know that A is not a possible one because they made that very clear. There's a difference. B, poor countries pollute the air less than developed countries. This is not mentioned, right? And what they say is that poor countries are more affected. And D, developed rich countries pollute the air of poor countries. This is not said either, even though you could say, oh, yes, maybe because of this reason, because they are more industrialized, but this is not mentioned. And remember, it's not about how your logics work, but about the information that is provided in the text. Finally, we got 25. In addition to our contribution to caring for the air we breathe, what other measures should be implemented to protect this natural resource? Okay, so let's see. The correct answer over here in 25 would be B. In addition to our contribution to caring, what other measures, specifically, what other measures? Let's see. B, clear regulations from governments to protect the air in the world. Right here. Policies and investments that support sustainable land use. The policies are those decisions, right, or regulations that are made by the administrations, right? National and local administrations, right? So that is why this is the correct answer. Why not A? Full support for factories that pollute the country's environment. We don't talk here to support them, right? The factories. We talk, or they talk specifically about them meeting those standards that are going to be beneficial for the quality of the air we breathe. C, to increase taxes on factories and people who take care of the air. Now, people who take care of the air, if they're doing good, why should they be charged with more taxes? That is not very logical. Plus, taxes are not really mentioned in the text. So that is why I will cancel C. And D, to discourage the protection of clean energies in developed countries. This is quite the opposite of what is suggested here in the text, because actually this is what we would like to happen. Sorry, we wouldn't like to happen because it's negative. Discourage. Remember that we have encourage, positive, and discourage would be the opposite, like promoting or not promoting. So in this case, discouraging the protection of clean energies, this is against what we want, right? We want the opposite. We want to encourage that protection of clean energies in the developed countries, mostly because they have more capacity of production. So that is why we will cancel D. And with this, we come to the end of the revision of Martes de Prueba number 7. I hope I have made this explanation as clear as possible, and I hope you have found it interesting and more importantly, educational. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in the future.